Hey guys, welcome to the analysis. It is March 13th, getting pretty close to 4 p.m. Eastern Time here, and we are watching these daily bars as they're coming toward their close. You can see that pretty decent movement today. Euro is trying again to break down and stay below that 130 area and coming close to our next zone there. And lots of other stuff going on that I want to cover today. Before we get into that, we'll take a look at our news and cover our terms real quickly. Then we'll jump back into these charts and get through our major pairs. Alright guys, so tomorrow is Thursday, March 14th, and you can see there's some Swiss news at 4:30 a.m. So keep in mind, Swiss news at 4:30 a.m. Euro news is kind of an all-day event because of the economic summit. So you want to pay attention to that. At 8:30, because it's a Thursday, we do have unemployment claims along with PPI for the U.S. dollar. Okay, so not a ton of news, but some definite red tag events for three of our major currencies, all worth noting. After that unemployment claims announcement, it is going to be pretty quiet throughout the rest of that Thursday. So we shouldn't see a lot of extra crazy movement later on in the New York session and into the Asian session. But certainly kicking the day off with some critical news and definitely news worth paying attention to. Alright guys, then just to quickly cover our terms, the idea here is that the daily analysis is for educational purposes only, that because of United States regulations, we are not prohibited to give investment advice, and so we want to make sure that you are not thinking that we are giving investment advice, that you understand that we're just giving you our personal view of the market as an educational resource, okay? So please do understand that, and if you need to take the time to pause this and read through all these terms so that you understand them, please take the time to do that. Alright. Alright, getting back into our charts. Again, the first thing we have, euro dollar bouncing off this zone again, looking to move downward. It's coming off the 130 area, heading right into our next level, around 129, and so not a ton of room, of course, between these levels. Some of you may have been able to get short on this euro dollar, perhaps on a lower time frame, trying to catch this move. It has not broken the bottom of this little channel with a lot of confidence yet, so it's still something that I'm slightly weary of. However, with all the momentum moving down behind this, it does lead me to believe that this is eventually going to work its way into this zone, if not really break right through this zone. I think that's a potential too, because I'm just not surprised that this euro wants to break down and move lower after this recent move. I wouldn't be surprised if it got all the way back down toward the 127.50 level because of the reversal potential and the momentum that we're seeing on the euro weakness. Okay, so again, looking to come into our next level here right around 128.90 is the top of this level basically, and we'll look to see what happens from there. Alright, pound dollar, of course, is on this free fall, as we've mentioned so many times. Finding some support here around 149, 149.10 maybe is the more exact price, and looking like it does want to try to make a move here. Today we got a little bit of a move, kind of right back up into the 1.5, not quite getting it up to 1.5, but trying to make a move, and so it still is struggling above this level. The question is, will we get the full move, or at least the full pullback into a price up near here? And right now, I'm very unsure of whether that's going to happen. Still trying, still struggling, and as you can see, we have not gotten a full bounce here. We didn't really get a good bounce here, even with some blue bars, so did not actually bounce up, and so we have not gotten a pullback that actually really reverses the direction at all yet. And I think that's coming eventually, but who knows? Could go down another 500 pips before we actually get a steep pullback. And so, as usual, it's a matter of patience and catching it when the moment is right, and not just jumping into something without a clear plan and a vision. Alright, you can see AUD dollar looking also to make its move up. Got a really strong bounce from this 102 area. Actually, a pair that I actually forgot to cover in yesterday's analysis. I'm not sure what I was thinking, but I forgot to mention this in yesterday's analysis. We're breaking through this 102.89 area today, or excuse me, yesterday, and retesting it today. So this is definitely a potential where we got to break, retest today, and a possible continuation upward toward this 105 area. So the AUD to me, it has great potential. Again, as I always want to remind you with the AUD, Because of all this choppiness, we have a lot of areas that could act as potential support and resistance areas. So because of the choppiness and the slow movement, we've just developed so many areas, as you can see, that could potentially be resistance as this thing tries to move up. And that's the nature of what happens when you get a sideways market. And really the only answer to be able to trade this is that you have confidence that the supply and the demand is going to drive this pair up regardless of the fact that there are some obvious areas in the way. If you don't buy into that, if you don't think that you're on a strong possible trend that could drive prices higher, then it's more wise to avoid trading the pair. I think the AUD could fit that criteria where it could drive up. Sure, it may slow down and stall at these areas, but could drive price all the way up into 105 because of the AUD strength and the potential dollar to decline a little bit more and let this thing really ratchet up. So I do believe that there's potential there, but it's something you should really consider because it's often difficult to fight its way through all these different levels when you're looking to ride a pair up a few hundred pips. Alright, US yen still stalling out a little bit right at around the 96 area. Something we talked about again yesterday, the potential that this could pull back into the top here and reset up for a long position. Definitely a very possible trade setup and something I'm keeping a close eye on. Not quite there yet, as you can see. Still a bit away and still just hanging right now. But if it breaks down, sets up near this zone, anywhere basically in this zone here, perhaps even comes in and corresponds with this trend line as another confirmation and pulls up from there, to me that would be a great buying possibility, and so that's one that I'm definitely keeping a close eye on. Alright, Euro Pound, not surprisingly tested the top of this area and moving down, heading back toward the bottom here, either the bottom here or maybe some type of center area. As you can see, that price is somewhat building some areas in the middle of this channel, so could stop at one of those areas, but overall still definitely in this channel, and for my type of trading, not tradable yet. Hopefully we'll get a breakout in the near future, but until that point I'm just an observer on the Euro Pound. And speaking of observing, same thing on the USD CAD here. USD CAD is just kind of hanging up around the same area that's been for a while. We have a little bit of an upward trend line there, kind of creating this wedge where we're looking for a break to the downside, and have not gotten that yet. So unfortunately, it's a shame to be this patient, but it's part of the job. So got to be patient, wait for an opportunity. I think this USD CAD could be a great opportunity when it comes, but oftentimes trying to jump ahead and take a trade before it happens is an easy way to lose money. So we'll continue to wait on that one, be patient, and when it sets up, look for a great opportunity to take advantage with a positive risk reward ratio and a great level in that 101 area to use as a target. Alright guys, that's it for the daily analysis. I hope that it was helpful. I think we hit some great pairs and some great opportunities in this short analysis, and hopefully it'll be really helpful to identify those potential setups and areas for your trading over the rest of this week. And if you have any questions or comments or thoughts about it, just simply leave me a comment below and I'll make sure that I get back to you and reply to your comments. Alrighty guys, talk to you tomorrow.